welcome to O.O.K fams. It is another exciting episode, and I am super amazed that you're out there and you are watching me. It's you too, by the way, so you can come across this any day, anytime, all right? And remember what we said to invite friends, invite your loved ones to this YouTube channel. They'll be learning a lot. This is OK Fams, and remember, we are from the farm to the plate. Yes, that's exactly how we work on here. My name is Eniyanu Faloye, but just call me Sakadeli, Sakadeli. So yeah, today we are going to talk to the farmers. We're going to talk to individuals. We're going to talk to humans generally. So it is another episode of the Farm's Guide. Okay, the Farm's Guide. So today's episode is going to be about maintaining your health. Okay, you really need to maintain your health because it is something that we all need. Whether you think about it, whatever way you think about it, you need a lot of money, you need this, you need that. Your health comes first. All right, it's very important. So I'll be coming in from the aspect of the mental health. How much of mental health, education do you have for yourself? It's a thing, and in this part of the world, a lot of persons would easily associate something like that to your spirituality. Okay, your spiritual life is probably dwindling and you're not doing well. That's why you think you're going beneath. That's why you think that you are drowning. However, it is something that we need to be conscious of. Talk about your mental health. And as for today, a lot is going on in the country where I reside. Because you might just be watching me from another country. Okay, Nigeria today. There's so much in the headlines. Oh, this would inflate. Oh, that will come down. Or you would have to start paying for this. And a lot of persons are really bothered. And let's talk about other farmers, right? You go to the farmland and you probably harvest a lot of things. And having to sell it might be a little bit of glitch, okay? Some persons actually don't go to the farm. There are people doing all of that for them. But the end result is for you to get, your pay after harvesting, after doing whatsoever you're doing on your farmland or have people do for you. So yes, let us talk about the mental illness that are actually disorders, no matter how you want to look at it. Ranging from mild to severe, all right, and they affect people's thinking, mood, and behavior. You see some persons, they just go erratic and you're wondering what was wrong. A minute ago we were all laughing and whatever happened. You probably would have to take it easy on others maybe after you listen to this. All right, as a farmer, you're probably thinking about how to turn over your money, get your get your money back, whatever amount you use in investing. You want, profit, of course, but it probably not coming through because people not just having enough money to do whatsoever. And you're just there thinking, how do I get these out of my table? Where do I go from here? How do people get to know me? It's a lot, right? So yes, it's just very important for you to slow down when you think about a lot of things and you see that it's beginning to take a toll on you. Slow down. It is very important. And yes, the family is not left behind. You're thinking to yourself, how do I get these people to do better, to see things from my own perspective? And the farmers, some farmers actually have the period of the year where they're like ballers. If you know what I mean, like there's a particular time where it is raining and some crops are germinating, and at that time you can sell. And there's a time where it is sunny and some crops are not germinating. That's not the best time for you to plant, or that's not the time where your plants be bringing back a lot of returns, and you're just there wondering how you're going to fix this, how things will get better for you. It's time for you to what? To slow down, because your mental health is very important. Like I said, there 1 in 5 adults live with a mental disorder. They live with a mental illness and they probably don't even know, like, oh, something is wrong. I could do better. They're just like, okay, so I'm not getting it right today. And sometimes you really need to talk to someone. That is the reason why you need a role model on your field, okay? You probably have someone you look up to whom you can actually speak with. Things are not going well on the farmland. You're not making enough returns. You probably ventured into something that you thought was going to thrive, but now it is born in your hands. Isn't it time for you to talk to somebody? If you keep holding it back to yourself, and that's why they'll say, oh, do not tighten up your chest. That's the way they'll say it. Okay, loosen up your chest or something in that line. Like, you can actually do better. If you have a role model you talk to, maybe not necessarily someone in your household, maybe not your pastor, maybe a professional on your field or somebody that you actually look up to on that field, they would actually be able to help you out, okay? Like, I'm losing my mind. I don't know where to get my money. It's not forthcoming. You really need to speak to someone. And we should bear it in mind that whenever, as humans, you're trying your hands on something new, you shouldn't expect an automatic return. It doesn't work that way. Some are just, blessed. They'll say, oh, yeah, I was able to put in enough money to buy this farmland, to plant, you know, a number of crops or to do a number of things on my farmland. And it is paving way for me already. The returns are, big. And there is you who probably used, for example, a 5,000 naira on a crop, and then you think that you're supposed to expect the same harvest. Someone who invested like 2 million naira should invest, should get. Come on, come on. That's where, sometimes you're losing it. You're losing your mind. Like, yeah, if Sakadeli is getting that much on her returns, why can't I get the same amount? It doesn't work that way, okay? You need to give yourself room to grow and watch out for yourself. Another thing I want to talk about is rest. You really need to rest, okay? You know that we have the traffic lights, the green, the yellow, and the red. That's the same way it is for humans. We have the green, which is like you're fair enough. You're in your peak period. You can go. And then there's the yellow, which is like telling you to slow down, slow down. Danger could be ahead. Slow down, take rest, slow down. If you cannot afford a vacation, staycation, vacation at this time, it's just telling you to slow down. But then there is us, human, who doesn't necessarily slow down until we've hit the red button. And that's when you're like, oh my God, I really need to slow down now. I got a cold, I got fever. That's not the time for you to slow down, okay? When you're already feeling some type of way, that's like the body telling you like you really need to slow down. You need your rest, you need water. As a farmer, I don't think I need to be telling you all of this, but sometimes, we need to lighten one another, okay? You need to slow down, take water. Water is very important, especially farmers who would be working on the farmland. You need water always, water to stay hydrated. You need food, of course. You cannot be going into all of that hard labor, whether you're on the farmland, whether you are reselling, whether you're rebagging, whether you're whatever role you are taking as a farmer, as human, you really need enough water and you need rest and you need food. It's very important. They would say to us not to miss breakfast. I am not sure how many persons, takes that to heart. How many persons takes it to heart, like, yeah, I'm not supposed to miss breakfast, and then you actually go to get food. Maybe not a lot of us, okay? I see people who would only make conscious efforts to get food when they only need to take, maybe a dosage in the morning. Like, yeah, I've been down, and then the doctor gave me these pills, and then I need to take it, but then I need to eat first. That's the only time you see them bagging their breakfast. You need food, you know. And that's why we have breakfast, we have lunch, and then we have dinner. It's very important for you to get, food. Exercise is a thing. Yes, I've seen people say something like, oh, if I could bend down, bend over at the farmland, bend over to pick things, sweep my office, walk around. Those are exercises actually, but you really need more. You need more. Those are not just enough. Bending over on the farmland and you could hardly stand up when it's time for you to stand up. So what are you doing? So you need conscious efforts, put it into it, get your exercise. I had mentioned water, I'd mentioned exercises. Yes, those are things that will actually help your mental health. You're running and you're listening to your favorite bedu, yeah, your favorite jam. It'll actually lift your spirits. Have you thought about that? Yeah, it's very important to listen to music too as you go. And that's why you see I've got this old woman, she doesn't do away with a radio. When you see her, you see a radio, and then she's listening to a genre of music that so suits her soul, okay? And that's nice. So, as humans, as farmers, as youths, whatever category that you fall in, you really need to take care of your mental health. It's very important, very, very much important. How much do you have to pay when you're losing it and you really need to, take go to a doctor or a specialist? What can you afford for that? Okay, I know there's some persons who can actually afford it, but we shouldn't fix it. We shouldn't try to fix it if it's not broken. That's what they say. And you shouldn't wait for it to be broken before you fix it. If you understand, yeah, do not wait until you are flat down on the floor. Like, no way to go from here before you start to still look inwards and look into some of these things. Remember on Farmer's Guide today, I spoke about mental health, living and maintaining a good, health care for yourself is very important. Maintain that for yourself and make sure that you live by it. Do not do it for a day or two and then you forget about it. That's not how it works. That's not how you build a habit, and it doesn't work that way. Okay, I'll take a pause now and I would be right back. Thank you so much for joining me live. And of course, it's YouTube. It is O.O.K fams. Remember, once again, we're from farm to the plate. So you can always, always, always reach out to us on our platforms, showing right here on the screen to get whatever you want. Okay. We farm, we, sell land. So ease we could lease land to you as well. Whatever, however, we could rebrand for you however you want it. Okay, farms, guys. Sakadeli, and I'm still talking about the mental health. So there is a eating disorder that not so many persons know that it is a form of mental health. Say, for instance, you're under duress and then you start to eat so much, like, yeah, they call it panic eating, okay? You really need to watch out when you start to get those kind of symptoms. All right, you're eating because you feel like you're under duress, and this is the only thing that could help you at this time. You really need to slow down. And there's eating disorder as well, eating so much. If you notice that you've been eating so much than you used to, then you really need to watch it. If you notice that you've been eating lesser than you used to, then you need to watch it. I mean, when your mental health was 100%, you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like hiding away from the world, you don't feel like you don't want to go to work today, you don't feel, no negativity sort of around you. And then you wake up, you find out that you don't even want to talk to people around you don't know what's going on in your mind, but the only thing you can resort to is eating. When you start to eat so much, of course, there is always a negative part. You probably get bloated, you get bigger, and that's actually not a good sign. You need to watch it. And I spoke about speaking to your role model on whatever field, but because it's Farmer's Guide, so you really need to have a role model that you can speak to when it comes to your profession, whatever profession that you chose. Okay, speak to someone on that field. And I know that there are a lot of shitty persons out there who you talk to, and automatically your whatever is bugging you becomes a topic of discussion. There are people like that. Or you need to find a trusted person, and you can test for trusted persons. Say you speak to me right now, and someone spoke to me right now, and then you walk in, and all through our discussion, I did not mention what person, hey, who just left to my side, said to me. Well, you can actually trust that kind of person. If the person does it like repeatedly, twice or more, you already know that the person can stomach stuff, okay, can stomach things. And you really need to speak to a professional. If you see that it's getting, it doesn't really need to get out of hands, but I feel like when you can manage it a little bit by speaking to your favorite persons, speaking to a model on your field, and you see that you have done all of these things and it is not helping, my brother, my sister, this is the time for you to reach out to a professional. You need a professional to talk you through whatever you're going through, or to prescribe certain things that you can do, maybe for fun, maybe pills, whatever. But only a professional can determine this. I spoke about eating or sleeping too much or too little, pulling away from people and your usual activities, having low or no energy at all. These are the early warning signs and symptoms of mental health disorder. You start to have joy in doing some nasty habits which was never yours. Say smoking, say drinking, say late night crawling. All of those things are things that you really need to start to look into before it gets out of hands. Okay, yelling and fighting family and friends, or total withdrawal. You don't want to see them, you don't want to talk to them, they're talking to you, and you cannot even find yourself giving a suitable response without yelling or without wanting to throw a fist. Then you really need to speak to someone. That's not good for your mental health. When you start to think about harming others or harming yourself, that's yikes, okay? That's not really cool. You really need to start to look for help, seek help immediately. When all you can think about is, oh, if I should get a sharp object, I could tear myself open and maybe I could feel, a little thin. That's not cool enough. Or you start to think about, oh, I could harm someone else. That is not a good thing as well. Those are symptoms, and that is showing you that you need help. Get help. Your inability to perform your daily task. You would naturally wake up and want to glam up to your office, and you see that your energy starts to reduce. Then you need help, and the help that you need might just be for you to step aside from whatever you're doing at the moment. When they say take two steps backward, retrace your step and rejuvenate, and then you come back. Maybe that's just what you need. Okay, so if you find yourself being really low on energy, you don't find things attractive no more, things that used to give you so much joy, then you really need to seek help. And it might just be that you really need to get yourself reintroduced to things that used to one time give you so much energy, so much happiness. Maybe that's what you need to do. Okay, for some ladies, it could be talking to someone, it could be going on a fashion spree, it could be anything at all, whatever would give you, joy again, or what used to give you joy at some point. Maybe you really need to reintroduce yourself to it. Taking care of yourself is very important. Your health is important. And you know what they say? Health is wealth. It is. It is totally. Thank you so much. It's on this note that I say I am packing till we come again to your viewing screen on another episode of Farmer's Guide. I want you to take care of yourself, stay out of trouble, and do away with nasty habits, okay? My name's Eniyanu Faloye. No stress, call me Sakadeli. Take care of you. Bye.